Here's something you don't see every day, a Sephora sale haul so small it fits in one hand. Hello my gorgeous ones, welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, very itty bitty Sephora sale hauls, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. Okay, you guys, at first I thought, what is the point in doing a video on this? Like, I didn't buy that many things from the Sephora sale haul, from the Sephora sale. My haul was small. But then I thought, you know, it might be refreshing for some of you guys to see someone show what they got that isn't, you know, unattainable. Something, you know, that doesn't give you the ick when you see these massive, massive hauls. And, you know, I'm someone that thinks the Sephora sale is really, really overblown personally. And I've had videos on this before. Last year, I did have some of my Sephora sale recommendations, but I also gave my reasons about why you wouldn't shop the sale. And my main reason is that the discount is actually not that good. And a lot of times you can get these things cheaper from the brand's own sites, or if you wait for Black Friday sales from the brands. It really only makes sense if these items never really go on sale much, or if you're trying to get at a certain level on your Sephora, you know, if you're trying to get to Rouge, or if you know you're gonna get the coupons after. Like, there's certain reasons why it does make sense, but for the most part, this sale was really, really overblown, you guys. But I did pick up a couple of things. I picked up 2 fragrances, 2 lip glosses, and a skin tint. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Ain't no shame in my small haul game. So if you wanna see what I got and why, keep on watching. All right, so first up, I thought I would just show you guys my little bonus samples that I decided to go with. I actually have 2 of these, but I don't know where the other one is. So I did get the Peace Out Gel Acne Gel Cleanser. I got 2 of these. I did make 2 different orders because I realized I was only $3 away from Rouge when I placed my first order. And my friend Sarah gave me her Rouge friend. You can gift a friend the link to shop the Rouge. She had gifted it to me. I made my purchase, and then for it to tell me I'm $3 away from Rouge myself. So I went ahead and made the second purchase, which was the skin tint. So both times I picked up the Peace Out Acne Gel Cleanser because I'm so broken out right now, you guys. Like, it is so annoying to be 41 and be so broken out. I think there's a couple of things I've been doing wrong, a little bit different with my skincare, maybe something else I was using. So I'm trying to adjust, but hey, we'll see. If this can help my acne, I'll be really happy. All right, then I also both times picked up the Josie Maran Body Butter Vanilla Vibes. This is vanilla bean and juniper berries. I actually have a bigger one of these. It has a twist top that I already know that I really like. So I thought these would be great to just like throw in my purse, or, you know, if you're going away on a little vacay, you can just throw them in. This smells really, really beautiful. It is a gorgeous vanilla body butter. So I do recommend this if you want to get it in a bigger size. But those are my samples. Now, I guess, you know what, I'm gonna show, if you're here for fragrance, don't worry, I'm gonna get into that and spend more time on that, on the 2 that I got. But real quick, let me show you guys the lip glosses that I got. So I got the Huda Faux Filler Glosses. I already own 2 of these. I own Foxy, and then the chocolate one, I can't remember what it's called. It has something to do with cocoa or chocolate. It's a really deep brown. I love this formula. One of my favorite formulas of the year that I tried. It is so smooth, hydrating, not sticky. I believe there's like probably hyaluronic acid, maybe vitamin D, something like that in here. One of the most hydrating, comfortable glosses that I own. So I picked up Honey because it's just this really pretty nude shade, and every day I can just slap on, go out the door. And then this is their newer ones that have sparkles in it. So this one is She Fire. So this is, yes, She Fire. And it's a darker brown with some shimmery sparkles in it. So I've been waiting. I wanted more shades, and I thought just wait for the sale. These are, I think, $26, so 20% off. I think that they're worth it. That's expensive for me to purchase glosses, but that's how much I love these. They're an excellent formula. Okay, then the skin tint that I grabbed to hit my rouge is the Sephora collection. I actually really do think the Sephora collection is worth it, the sale, because it's 30% off no matter what level you're at. I have a lot of favorites. I love the glosses. I really like the blushes. I like the regular foundation, and their brushes are good too. But this is the Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. This is supposed to be long wearing and 12 hours of hydration. I picked up the shade 180p Light. So let me just take this off and see if this was a good shade match or not. I'm not going to be able to give you guys, you know, a review. I haven't tried it yet, but at least I can tell you, you know, if you're similar to my skin shade tone, you know, you can see, we're going to see if this was a bad shade choice or not. So here we go. Oh, actually, this looks like it's going to be pretty good. So let's just rub it in. Ooh, I think I picked perfectly. Awesome. I love when that happens. Yes. 180 is perfect. That like went right in. It doesn't look like there's a ton of coverage. I can see a little bit of radiance, just a little bit. So this may be one that I need more coverage. I mean, especially when I'm broken out. So this may be one that I use as a first base, and then I go in with a little thicker foundation. I do that a lot of the time, but 180p, perfect shade match for me. All right, so let's get into the two fragrances that I chose to get. And one of them is really pricey, so I do want to talk about that. So this is Lost in Paradise by Chris Collins, the really pricey one. It did come in this beautiful box here, really nice and luxe looking. So I have been waiting specifically for this sale for this fragrance to purchase a Chris Collins full size. I got the Discovery set a while back from Sephora. I highly recommend that Discovery set. It's a really good one. And I really liked all the fragrances in there. There wasn't one that I hated. I thought that I loved another one as much as this one, Danse Sauvage. I had that one in my cart as well. I had every intention of purchasing that one as well as this one. Then before I pulled the trigger on the sale, I was like, let me just wear the samples again for the day and make sure, because these are a hefty price tag. They're $175 for it. I think this is 1.7. Yeah. So for a 50 ml is $175. That's a lot of money. So I wore Danse Sauvage, and that one is like a rose saffron fragrance. I think maybe there's some incense in there. It's a very fall, winter, sort of like cozy, sexy scent. I thought I loved it, but when I wore it the other day, there was something in there that wasn't jiving with me. And I thought it was actually a different, I was wearing it on one wrist, I was wearing something different on the other wrist, and I thought, oh, what's bothering me is probably the other fragrance, because I know I love Danse Sauvage. But then when I kept catching a whiff of like, oh, what is it that I don't love? That wasn't mixing well, I think, with my skin. When I would go smell the Danse Sauvage, I realized it was that. And I was like, man, I thought I loved it. So I decided to take that one out of my cart, even though I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. Chris Collins does unisex also very well. Some can lean slightly masculine, like I think Harlem Nights does. Again, I recommend getting the Discovery set for sure. It's a sexy brand. He is an ex-model, so he himself, his packaging of his persona is beautiful. His packaging of his fragrances are beautiful, and then they just have that upscale, sexy sort of vibe to them. But I decided to go with Lost in Paradise as my full size because, you guys, this is such a beautiful, totally out of season for right now, summery, beachy scent. This is solar, this is sand, sweat on the skin. Not that it smells stinky sweat, but you know, just like your skin starts to glisten in the sun, and like the ocean salty breeze around you, but it's very smooth and it's a little ozonic and aquatic and salty and sunscreeny in a way, but like in the most upscale way of any of my fragrances like this. So it's not in season right now. I don't care. 20% off I thought was probably the best I'm gonna get on a fragrance like this. So that's why I pulled the trigger. But you guys, I wore this yesterday because it was about 70 here. It's like 40 today. That's why I'm wearing a coat. But it was 70 degrees here yesterday. And I was like, I got it in. I thought I just want to wear it. So I sprayed it around 4 o'clock. I had my husband smell it and he was like, oh, I like it. That's really nice. Then at 9 o'clock, my husband was about to fall asleep and I was up. I stay up later than him. And I was watching TV and I was like, oh my gosh, this is even stronger now. Like after 5 hours, this is projecting even better. So I had him smell it and he was like, oh, it is stronger. Then this morning I woke up and I could still smell this on my wrist, clear as day when I was driving my kids to school. So it doesn't overpower. I had sprayed 3 sprays on my wrist and it's not so overpowering that you're gonna knock people over when you walk into a room, but it stays. For my people who are really obsessed with longevity, yes, this is $175. Absolutely, I recommend getting it 20% off if you can, but this is one that it stays. You don't have to respray it. So this bottle will last you longer. And again, as far as scent profile, this is, it's coconut water, I believe, has some ozonic notes in it. It has salt. It has a little tinge of something woody in there, but it's bright, it's smooth and silky. Just like an upscale beach scent. I was telling my friend Sarah today, we talk fragrance all the time. And when I'm driving back from taking my kids to school, I'm often telling her either something I'm wearing at that moment, something I was wearing the day before. And I told her, I said, this reminds me of an upscale spa, you know, a Ritz-Carlton that is a Ritz-Carlton on beachside, that they have given you the most luxe like amenities, and they gave you this luxurious lotion that, you know, only the best of the best guests get, and you put it on and it lasts all day. You smell beachside, but you smell like you're rich. You smell like you have money. That's what this gives me. It also has a very clean vibe to it. So it's, when I say sunscreeny, I think some people, it kind of cheapens it a little bit when you say that. This is expensive, clean, sunscreeny vibes, like resort spa. That's what I get out of this. I think it's beautiful. It pains me that it's fall now, that it really doesn't make sense to wear it, but I will be so happy to wear this when it gets closer to summertime. I do not regret this purchase. I'm so glad I waited for the sale. And I do recommend you guys grabbing the World of Chris Collins Discovery Set. All right, now my last purchase is the Vanilla Bourbon by Nest. So also, I have been waiting for this for the sale for quite some time. It was in my cart. Occasionally, I will see Nest maybe go 10% off, or they'll run something on their own site where you can get 10% off. Now they are in Ulta, so you might also, you know, when they do include fragrance, you might get the 10 or 15, but 20% off I figure is probably the best I'm gonna get on this. So that's why I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger. I had gone in store to spray this because I had heard some mixed reviews on this one. It sounded like something I would love because I love vanilla and bourbon scents, but you know, some people, it just didn't jive with their skin. Some people absolutely adore it. So I tried it in store and I really enjoyed it. And I still really, really love this. I think this is straight unisex. I think this is a perfectly masculine type of vanilla, but I also think it's not so masculine that a woman can't wear it at all. I think it's just right in the middle unisex. It's interesting because if you look on Fragrantica, if you look on Sephora, it says nothing about bourbon in the notes. But if you go on Nest's actual site, it says vanilla bourbon, orange bitters, brown sugar, and musk. And that's exactly what I smell here. So, you know, don't always count on some of those sites to give you the correct notes, because I mean, it's called vanilla bourbon. You'd think there would be bourbon in it, but it doesn't say that on Sephora. It's not incredibly boozy though. The booze is very, very, very toned down here. I think it's smooth. I think it's elegant. I think it's sexy. I really want my husband to wear this because I think he's gotten really into fragrance lately. I'm like, who are you? And he's really into kind of these more gourmands. He really, he likes some sort of like fruity scents. And then, but yeah, he's over here. Sphinx is his house. And I have Sphinx fragrances and he is obsessed with Sphinx and he likes this Sphinx gourmands. So I think this might be really delicious on him. But I do think this is one that maybe you need to smell in stores since it doesn't seem to be that easy of a blind buy for some people. I personally really love it. I think it's a perfect fall winter fragrance. There's a little bit hint of spice in here, but not a really overpowering spice at all. I think every note in here is the perfect amount. To me, this is a perfectly blended boozy vanilla fragrance. So I'm extremely happy to have this. I personally really love Nest New York. I just get along with their fragrances really well. And I'm excited to have this for sure. Glad I waited for the 20% off. But that is it, you guys. That's my little Sephora sale. It's not extravagant. It was still expensive, but I chose the things that I've had my eye on that I don't want to pay full price, that I know I'm not going to get cheaper outside of this sale. And I think that's what the sale is best for. Either that, or if you're stocking up on things that you always purchase from Sephora, maybe your skincare is from there. I get it for that reason. I do not encourage this sale to just go willy-nilly and not really think about it and strategize, because it's not that good of a discount. I hope that this video helped you maybe not spend too much at Sephora, or also maybe it helped you if you were interested in these fragrances. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping, and smelling fabulous. Bye.